Professor of Middle Eastern Cultures and Languages at the University of California in Berkeley. Professor, thank you for your time. As a professor at an institution like UC Berkeley, how are Trump administration's funding threats already impacting research in your department, especially on subjects like Middle Eastern studies, which I think can often be politically sensitive?
We have not yet received at the University of California, Berkeley, any determination or cuts, but the threat is there. Berkeley, in addition to about 60 other universities, have been put on notice by the Trump administration for investigation relative to the protest movement, but also in relations to other areas, in particular diversity, equity, and inclusion, programs that address the access to minority students. So what we are witnessing is the Trump administration attempting to put an ideological litmus test on universities with a focus on Middle Eastern studies, Palestine studies, anything related to the Middle East, as well as other programs in the university, women's studies, labor studies, and so on. So this is really an overreach by the Trump administration to suppress academic freedom and to try to bring the university into an ideological alignment with the Trump administration and possibly those who are standing behind it.
Professor, are there legal and institutional strategies UC Berkeley and others can use to safeguard academic freedom?
Well, what we're witnessing is that Harvard is filing a lawsuit to challenge the, I think, $2.2 billion cut that the federal government is seeking to withhold and to deny Harvard. So I think in here we have an initial lawsuit that is coming from Harvard. What's interesting is that the lawyers that are representing Harvard are both coming from conservative lawyers that have defended issues and cases pertaining to the conservative, as well as those who might be identified with the liberal or the Democratic side. At contestation in here is the First Amendment and U.S. constitutional rights. Supreme Court decisions over a period of almost 60 years have said that the First Amendment includes the academic freedom at the university. And for those who are the lawyers who are coming from the Republican or the conservative side, they're rightly fearful that if academic freedom and the university become pressured to doing the bidding of whoever is in the federal government, this will be in the future will be used in order to solicit the university having an alignment with a broader liberal, Democrat, or Republican. So I think this will end up in the Supreme Court, and I'm confident, just speaking here in terms of what the case law is, that Harvard will prevail, as well as other universities who will be strengthened to see that the leading university in the United States, Harvard, is taking the federal government and Trump to the court. And I do think that the case law is on their side.
Professor, I wonder what you think about the state of American democracy when something as basic as knowledge becomes a political battleground.
Well, I think we are facing a president that has no respect for the democratic institutions. We already saw that after he lost the 2020 election. He fomented an insurrection in January 6, 2021, calling his supporters to take on Congress with a call to hang Mike Pence, who was his vice president. He feels that this current election, he has a mandate to reshape the government and to reshape the American landscape in his own image, which is authoritarian. I would say some would say fascistic in its undertaking, and undermine the main pillars of U.S. democratic institutions. Just today, he actually attacked the chairman of the Federal Reserve, calling for his ouster, calling him a loser, language that is really not something that we have expected would become the norm. But this is where we are, and we'll see whether the courts are able to intervene, and whether Trump actually will continue to ignore court orders, will continue to undertake his dismantling of the democratic institutional framework of the United States. So I think we are at a major crisis, a crisis with the universities, a crisis with the federal government institutions by Doge, Elon Musk, and others wreaking havoc. And we have a crisis with not respecting the decisions that are coming from the court. So it is at a major, major crisis as we speak.
Professor Bazian, appreciate getting your perspective. Thank you.
You're welcome.